Today we have a Honda Civic Type R. In this video, I'll talk about what the Type R is, how I feel about the interior space, and what it's like to drive it. When you first look at the current FL5 generation Type R, nothing stands out as an improvement. It's not a revolutionary product as you get a little bit more power, revised suspension tuning, improved aerodynamics, and better cooling, but the car is a sum of subtle changes, so let's talk about them. First off, the new Type R is based on the 11th gen Civic with extended wheelbase and wider front and rear tracks. We get stiffer body structure, stiffer bushings, and more adjustability on the dampers. The suspension consists of dual-axis McPherson front struts and a multi-link setup in the back, combined with adaptive dampers that adjust automatically to driving conditions based on steering input, lateral G, and suspension stroke. Under the hood still sits a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, now producing 315 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. With revised cooling, the heat should be better managed, which means the ECU has to pull less timing related to heat and the engine will stay more consistent in terms of power delivery. Now all those 315 horses obviously go to the front wheels via a 6-speed manual transmission that receive lighter flywheel, and just like in the predecessor, we get a standard mechanical LSD. Now before we talk how it all works together, let's take a look at the interior space. Now, the fact that the Civic Type R is ultimately a Civic can be a blessing and a curse. But in this case, it's a blessing. Despite being performance-oriented, the Type R retains practicality of the regular model with a very spacious trunk, great storage across the cabin, and very generous legroom and headroom in the back. The dashboard has a pleasing design with physical controls for all necessary functions, the quality of materials used is satisfying, and overall, the cabin is a great place to be at. The only downside of this interior is the technology. While the customizable gauge cluster has a clean design and provides you with all the information you need, the Google-based infotainment is slow and looks super generic, almost like an afterthought. On a positive note, the Bose sound system is a nice improvement over the FK8, which had a terrible audio. The front bucket seats are the best in business. They are extremely supportive yet surprisingly comfortable with good amount of padding, and the back seat is enormous for a compact car, offering plenty of room for your passengers. So that was the interior of the Honda Civic Type R. With that, let's get it on the road now and see how it drives. The Civic has always been one of the best driving cars in the segment, and there's a reason why enthusiasts around the world get them and mod the hell out of them. Well, Honda has been doing that for quite some time now with the Type R, so what are the results? To say it drives like a dream is an understatement. I have never driven a stock front-wheel drive car with this amount of grip, and the handling capabilities are out of this world. I don't want to say that this thing is an overkill because you have plenty of fun on curvy back road, but to use Type R's full potential, you have to take it to the racetrack. Let's start with saying that on public roads, you want to keep the suspension in the softest comfort setting. In that mode, the damping is good and the road imperfections don't upset the car. And what really matters is that the car is still incredibly stable, the body roll pretty much doesn't exist, and lifting off the throttle in the corner gives you a little bit of controllable oversteer, making the Type R rotate nicely. Now, I was able to find a short stretch of a road with super smooth pavement, and let me tell you something. In the most hardcore plus R suspension setting, the car was going faster through corners than it should have, with great stability and minimal body roll. The steering, just as expected, is very precise and responsive, offering a pretty good feedback. The feel and travel of the brake pedal is just the way it should be, the brakes perform very well, and after aggressive street driving, I didn't notice any issues with fading. Now, every car, especially a performance car, isn't all about handling capabilities. The drivetrain also plays an important role, and the one in the CTR doesn't disappoint. The engine is without a doubt the best performance-oriented 2-liter 4-cylinder that I've ever driven, and yes, it has VTEC. It's actually kind of interesting to drive a turbo engine with VTEC. There is a noticeable turbo lag, so the motor wakes up around 2500 RPM, then at 5500 VTEC kicks in and the engine keeps delivering power up to 7000 RPM. Thankfully, the Type R comes with a mechanical LSD, and in combination with a very well programmed traction control system, it's unbelievable how well all this power and torque are transferred. The TC system is not intrusive, managing the torque steer and understeer pretty well without drastically cutting down the power. Shifting through gears is pleasant, and the second you pop the transmission into a gear, you know right away it's a Honda shifter. The clutch pedal is light, without much feel to it, but it's very easy to start this car off and get it rolling, something you will definitely appreciate as you daily drive this thing. Which brings us to the question, what is it like to drive the Type R on a daily basis? Great! The CTR shines as a daily driver. The ride quality in comfort mode is unbelievably good, the 2-liter is a very refined unit, and with good set of driver assist features such as adaptive cruise control and lane centering, you get a great vehicle to live with. There are some comfort features missing, such as parking sensors or rain sensing wipers, not to mention heated seats or heated steering wheel, and the cabin isn't the quietest, but Honda did it so the Acura Integra Type S can exist. So that was the new Honda Civic Type R. With everything we covered, let's jump to the final thoughts. As I said in the beginning, the FL5 Type R isn't a revolution, but a sum of subtle changes that made the best hot edge on the market even better. It's an excellent one-car solution for an enthusiast with a family or without. It's unbelievable what this thing is capable of, and I can guarantee you, you will not use its full potential on public roads. The handling capabilities are out of this world, and I don't want to say that this thing is an overkill because you can have plenty of fun on curvy back roads, but the new Type R is certainly a track car. If you have any questions about the FL5 Type R, drop a comment and I'll answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.